everyone. Welcome back to Satisfactory. We got episode 48 today. Should be a fun one. Um, so I was thinking about what do I want to do today? And I looked at the spatial energy regulation. And I was like, I could basically just sit here for a few hours and do nothing while I go. And I'm definitely like when I go to the gym today. I'm definitely gonna leave the game on because I basically just need to let the game work at this time. But before I do that, I was like, you know what? We should check and make sure everything's kind of like running good. So there's a couple efficiency things that I kind of noticed that I'm going to go over with everybody. And then, I don't know. Before we do that, I kind of want to go take everyone and check out the production of the fuel. Just because I want to make sure it's up and running, and we have fuel, so I'm not worried about that. But I kind of want to make sure it's up and running so that it's being productive in a sense, because I feel like that's going to be a key spot to do some of our other future-y type stuff. So I want to make sure that's up and running. But yeah, so that's kind of the plan for today. Today's going to be kind of about efficiency. We're going to go check out a couple places that we haven't been in a while, and I think it's going to be fun. All right, so fuel's still coming in, so we should be good. Let's start by doing that. Let's go check out that, and then I will get into the other areas that we're going to go take a look-see at for improvement-wise. Before we do that, though, let's look at the Q creant, the question to create interaction. As our train goes past, very cool. 0 days since last incident. So Q creant would be the question to create interaction that has nothing to do with the video. And today I'm kind of curious, when you think about maybe something that you enjoy or what you do for work, who is an iconic sound or voice for that? So I'll give you a couple examples. Like, let's say, I'm gonna give you I really enjoy cooking. So maybe like when you think of cooking, who do you kind of think of? Like maybe somebody you used to watch, or because I always think of like me and my dad. We used to watch Yan Can Cook and Julia Childs, right? So like when I hear them two, like I just think about cooking. Um, and I'm going to give you my example. Obviously, I'm big with baseball. That's what I do for work and all this. I absolutely love it, obviously. And when I think of baseball, I think of like Bob Uecker. He's my favorite. Well, so I'll go with my second favorite, Vin Scully. Vin Scully was the voice of the Dodgers, and he has a very iconic voice and some great calls. But when I hear Bob Uecker, and if you've seen like Major League Two, like that's Bob Uecker. He was the radio guy for the Brewers, and obviously living up here, if you're in a bar in Wisconsin and the Brewer game was on, they would never have the TV volume up. You would have the radio on in the bar, because then you'd listen to Bob Uecker broadcast the game while the game was on TV. It's just, if you were in a real Wisconsin bar, that's the way they did it. Bob Uecker, he is the sound of baseball when I hear his voice. So obviously it was very sad. But he had a great go at it. Everybody gets a little older. Yeah, I was actually, I don't know the guy personally, but yeah, that they actually made me sad. Yeah, Bob Uecker, the voice of baseball. So that's my example. When I hear his voice, that's what I think of. So yeah, what's something something that you enjoy, and like when you hear, I don't know, maybe it's movies and you hear Morgan Freeman, I hope I'm not stealing people's examples, but yeah, if you got a cool idea, let me know. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Couple things I've noticed. Like I said, I guess we're going to kind of have three main goals today. First, we're going to go check out the fuel factory and just make sure everything's moving along. Second, we've got these side-by-side computers here. And, I know this is still split, but it's the last stop. So, all the computers should be going in there anyways. The computers are what is slowing us down on a couple things over here. So we've got plenty of stuff. Computers are just, they're being made a little bit slower. But I mean, granted, these use a lot of computers. But I would like to make the computers more efficient. So that's the first thing I've kind of noticed. And then the second thing is our frames. Our frames are not being produced at the highest rate. And it's generally, and I know again, 10 modular frames is a lot, because if you do one setup of it and max it out, and I'm pretty sure we have it maxed out, I think. Let me see here. So like that's maxed out, so they're all going to where they should be. Yeah, we're maxed out for the most part. So the modular frames, I think we're going to do the Outpost for. I want to really start getting modular frames up there, which will make heavy frames, which will go to, our other frame stuff, right? So the frame production's a little slow. I want to speed that up. So that's kind of my 3 goals for today. So let's get cracking. Oh, man. Yeah, Bob Euchre, he's just, he's been around for a while. Man, he was great. He was great in Major League, but then, yeah, just a good dude, too. If you're ever curious, you can watch his retirement speech. Or not his retirement speech, his Hall of Fame speech was awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get on with the gaming, shall we? Ba-dum-bum-bum. Gee, I'm going to look at something real quick because I'm curious. Boop. Ah. Just in case anybody is wondering. So Uke, he passed away, man, in January of 2025 already. So it's been a little bit. But all right, enough of that, man. It's gonna make me sad. I freaking love listening to that guy. All right, so let's see how we're doing. The one thing I was most curious to see. Okay, so diamonds. Yep, we're obviously good there. We are. It looks like we're set up to where stuff is flowing, so we're not getting anything like backed up. Big thing is making sure we get enough dark matter crystals in here. Looks like we're sitting at 67, so that should be good. I feel like, I mean, as they get used, it should be right. So we shouldn't get backed up there. It's just a matter of getting enough of that. All right. Power shard. Yeah. Okay. So looking pretty good there. And then here we have our power shards going in. Okay. Sometime I'm gonna come over here and steal some of those. I feel like slooping this would be... no, I don't know if we have the power for it. But it does look like everything's running. Nothing is getting backed up. Looks like our fuel bottles are being made. Okay. So I would say we're running pretty good over here. Yeah, and the big thing, like I said, is... I kind of want to take this down. I might leave it up just for a little bit longer, just in case I need to manually feed this. It's not looking like I'm going to have to. Let me see here. Quartz crystal. Oh, okay. Because quartz crystal, yeah, we are importing that. All right, so it looks like we could fare to increase that a little bit. And if it does get increased, yeah, it'll get recycled if we get too much of it. All right, well, that'll give us something else to do. So before we get to computers and frames, let's go get a smidge more quartz crystal popping in here. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff up and running. And so far, it's been good. So hopefully it kind of maintains that. Boom, ba-dum, boom. All right, so we want... I really got to fix this top part up here. It's just crap everywhere. All right. So, nope, not Sam. Here is our quartz crystal. Oh yeah, we're definitely making that not as fast. I want to say, I don't think, do we use it for anything? Ooh, I bet we do, don't we? So it's not being made too fast. What did it say that we could use there? Like 60? And I'm pretty sure, actually let me go back over here. I'm pretty sure we are bypassing it. Oh, that's the merger part, my bad. I only built the dang thing. And let me look. So we are looking for quartz crystal here. And I don't see any. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, this is what today's episode's going to be. This is, we have so many things going on. Kind of just going back and looking around to see where we're not as efficient. And I'm thinking that'll increase, like, you know, the movement speed of all the lines and whatnot. Like right now, you can see we're a little slow on some of these areas. And I want to say rubber's probably like backing us up a little bit. Yeah, you can see like we're making a lot of rubber and copper sheets now, which is good. We need those. It's just a lot of it, the lines being clogged up because they're being recycled because the other things that are going into them, you know, for like example right here, the other things going into them aren't being made as fast. So we need more of those, which in turn is why, you know, we need more computers, right? So if we speed up some of the other things, that should make the line a little bit cleaner and more efficient. But anyways, let's go. I want to say quartz crystals being used down here too. Yeah, so let's go see what we're using speed-wise. So 18 a minute. Okay, so not a ton down here. And that will start to get recycled. But then what we should be doing, and let's just make sure. Well, I mean, we're getting crystal over there, so I know we are, but let's just go look at our setup real quick for it. Quartz crystal, quartz crystal. So we're gonna wanna hop over here. Just check this out real quick. Right, so our quartz crystal, any excess is being shipped away. And if we did make too much, it would be overflowed at either area. All right, so this should be a pretty quick fix. We just gotta check and make sure we're getting enough quartz in. I haven't looked at that in a long time. Because I want to say, I think we have our quartz being split at the site too. I don't know. Let's go figure this out, shall we? All right. So for here, oh, that's Sam again. Okay, so we're looking okay there. We are splitting it here. Quartz crystal, yep, and silica. So we are pumping out 22.5 right there. So, again, this is one of those things where it's going to be initially a little bit more stress on the line, but it should kind of speed it up. Plus, it is being bypassed, so it's not too bad. I know we needed more over there, too. So now the big thing is going to be, we got to make sure that we have Mark 5 stuff here, at least. So we'll have to make sure we're getting in enough. Ugh. Which should be pretty easy. We can go double check that before we move on here. Actually, it does look like we're good. We're not losing any right there. So that's why I like these. An easy way to tell, obviously, if we were starting to use more than we had coming in, would be these would be going down, because it would be taking more than coming in. Okay, well, I guess we're good there. What do I have here? Yeah, I got Mark 5 there. All right. Well, let's give that a go. That should bring in some more quartz crystal. Let me think. Yeah, so we are just shipping it in. We're sending quartz crystal to the nuke site, aren't we? All right. This is where it gets confusing because we just haven't looked at that in so long. Let's run over there. I'm just kind of curious to what we have setup wise. Looks like yeah, we're on Mark 5 stuff. Am I even back here? Yeah, okay. And what was that using? So that's using about 120. I think back at the plant. Nice thing is once we run over here, we can just go down to the nuke site and man cannon back. Then go start looking at, I want to say, let's start with computers. And I'm pretty sure our computers are running a little slow because we're actually running a little slow on plastic. Oh, 120. And then that's making silica, which we're shipping. Yeah, okay. We're shipping that to the nuke site. All right. So we're looking pretty good there. Yeah, all right. I think I'm going to leave it here. I know we are running a little under what we could be for efficiency. But, I mean, that would be a matter of... I know I don't want to sloop everything, but it would either be a matter of slooping it or having another machine going up there, which we could do that too. We'll see. I'm gonna let this play out and see if that helps balance a little bit. All right, so now I get on the top of the track. This train's flying. So now, I guess while we're here, let's go take a look at our fuel rods. Looks like yeah, we're still keeping up here. What am I doing over here? Got 9. Okay, so I am starting to create some excess fuel rods. Very nice. Oh, look at that. Heat sinks, actually, huh? Interesting. Do we use heat sinks over here? No, it's the beams. Okay. I'll have to take a look-see at that. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but that would be another thing where we could go back and see if that's an easy speed up. Yeah, this is kind of the, you know, the back and forth and just making sure everything is running as not like peak efficiency, because that's just a pain in the butt at this moment. But like, you know, run it. We're just trying to tweak a couple things, make it run a little bit more efficient than it was. All right, so while it's on my mind, let's go run down and look at our heat sinks. So there was a time where we were creating those like crazy fast. The slide can't keep up with the super speed that we're doing. All right, these are heat sinks. Yeah, so we're still maxed out there. So we're creating them pretty quick. Oh, aluminum sheets, huh? That's another thing I haven't looked at in a while, is the aluminum. All right, that's good though, because there was a time where we had 8 million of them. I'm not going to look at that now, but if we do have time at the end of the episode, we can look and see how our aluminum's doing. Because we didn't take anything away from it by the fuel bottles, so we should be okay. All right, so let's look at computers, and I'm 99% sure, just because I kind of looked. We're creating everything at a decent speed for computers, but yep, our plastic is lagging behind. So there's a couple ways we can look at this. And again, plastic's one of those things that'll go through the main line. Right, we're starting at 940, so we got a little room. But I'm always hesitant to put too much more coming through the main line, just because it is running very efficiently at the moment. But we need more plastic, so let's go look at a couple of our options, shall we? Now I know we have a plastic kind of side gig going, which I'm pretty sure that's where we're gonna go first because we have excess crap going through there, the resin. So our tickets won't come in quite as fast, but that's fine. And then our other thing is, and back when we made this, we didn't shard anything. I don't even know if we had shards at the time we made these. But now, man, that was a while ago. So 30, 60, 90, 120. So I'm pretty sure we ran this at 240. Yeah, so we're not sharding anything at all. And we're creating plastic, which means it would be pretty easy to increase that. How are we doing on... So this is like the early parts of our fuel factory, right? Where it goes through like 8 million steps and then becomes the good fuel we're using nowadays. So we could produce more of that. That would be fine. It's kind of going... It's going pretty quick, and I don't really want to clog. I feel like our fuel production right now is at a decent pace. So I want to start over here. Now, this is our water. Okay, so this is us packaging water, sending it up to nitrogen facility, right? And then this is like an extra fabric thing in case I need to grab some of that. I know it's not like the best looking thing, but it's getting the job done for right now. Okay, so here's our little setup. This is what I want to look at. Because we have a lot of this resin coming in, right? And we could even have even more resin coming in if we needed. That's rubber. This is our resin. So that's 20 water, 40 water, and what do these make? 120? 120, yeah. So, let's come in here. Again, now that we can make shards, you know, I'm not as worried about using up our shards. So that'll get our plastic. So that's going to give us an extra 30 coming in a minute, which I think that should help. Let's see. Man, because if I had... Right, because we have that big factory over there, and all of that resin is being used for nothing. So it's just being sunk. So, I mean, if we really needed more plastic, we could do that. But I'd probably do this first. Well, that's the thing is I don't know if we can speed that up too much more because our fuel would have to be made better, right? We'd have to make more fuel too. So I don't know if we need to do that or not. All right, let's do this first. We'll see if this kind of speeds it up along. So 50, 40. All right, so we're at 90. So that's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Man, just slooping is like the best thing too because it just doubles everything. It's crazy. But I don't have a lot of those left, so I don't want to just be out there slooping everything. All right, so you can see our resin has already slowed down. I want to say, yeah. We got to look at this. Now that I'm messing with the speeds, I think when I initially set this up, I didn't quite understand it as much, but I think I do a little bit more now. So we're splitting here, which is fine. Right, a regular splitter, and this is just, I haven't, you know, this is basically just sitting idle until I need to, like, fabric for something. So this one's good. Now this one is splitting again, and then I had, like, a double split thing going, so that way I could have more going into certain areas, but now that that's different, I think an easy fix, resin overflow. Yeah, because see how with the split back there, now I'm getting too much here, so I'm not getting enough there, and the rest is being sunk. We don't want that. So what I'm thinking, a fix for this, I could probably take that away now. But yeah, let's do You kind of want to leave it, though, just in case I need it later. Should I need it later, though? I don't think so. All right, let me grab these. I think this should fix this up. So I don't even think I need to change this. What I just need to do is get rid of these. And then what we're going to have is it's coming there. Yep, so that should still be fine. So if we put one of these here. Right now, that's all going to go in that way. But now if I connect these, this should do what we are looking for it to do here. Straight. We're going to swing her out wide there. All right. So I want this to fill up. I just want to make sure this is going to work the way I'm thinking it is. I wish I could put these back in somewhere, but I can't. I got extra resin on me. That's fine. I'll sink it later. All right, we're almost there. Come on. All right, so once that fills up, then we should be getting extra over there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we're going to get a nice split, and we won't sink anything until these are both running at peak efficiency. So you can see this is going to be catching up. Now, the big thing we want to look at is I want to make sure this is going to be in the positive. It looks like it is. Now that this is kind of caught up, I feel like that's pretty good. And actually, I think I have a test. Yeah. So we're bringing in, what, 106, let's say 160 of those a minute. That's why I like those. Those are sweet. That's using 150 a minute, and that's using 40. We actually are going to go through quite a bit. I guess. Right, mathematically, it doesn't make much sense. Why, that's only 160, but this is still filling up. Oh, yeah, no. So we're not going to quite get 50 plastic out of this, but that is pretty solid. Okay, so that's a pretty good improvement. I think I'm going to let that play out, and then our plastic should be going there. Yep, going back into the line. I feel like this guy has he does a pretty good job of keeping up. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that. Now, if we're still going to be short on plastic, I don't think I want to like bring it in over here. That would just be, then we'd be getting a ton, right? But we do have this plant, right? This is that one kind of oil plant that we made that's all sharded out. And then, as you can see, all of this we're turning into pots. So, I mean, I feel like it wouldn't be that hard to run a split here. I don't know where I'd put it. I'd probably have to move this out a little bit, and then I could run a split with some of those. Probably bring it around here, and then merge it into this line. Man, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see if this gives us enough plastic. See if this helps out the computers at all. But yeah, that would be something we could do. So even if we split that, I don't know how much that's making, but let's say that's making, would that be making the same amount? Not sure. 160, 40, 190, so we really just need a little bit more. And I guess if I did split it, any excess would be getting sunk here. So maybe I don't even need to split it. I could just bring it all on this line. What is Mark 5? Where do I see that again? What does Mark 5 give me? 780? Yeah, so that should be plenty. Alright, what do we think? Then I could take that sink away over there, and it'll still get sunk over here. I think we might be onto something. Let's at least max that out. The other thing I didn't think of is I could just make another plastic plant over here, and then get the plastic in the line. Man, I don't know. Do we need that much plastic though? Seems like a lot. We are going through a lot though. Huh. I think I'm gonna leave it where it's at, and then, man, there's so many choices and options we could do. So if we're still short on plastic, I could just send some of these over. But actually, that kind of makes more sense to just make our own. Extend this off a little bit, and just, you know, because there's water here, right? Just pump some water up into there, and then we could have another little like plastic tidbit being made. And then we could like ship it around there. I'll probably actually put the plastic in this line. And then what I would do... Where's this merger? Could merge it into here. Oh, that'd look kind of funny. I could split it off here. I'm just thinking where, like, if I made the plastic and I put it into this line, how I would get it into this line. You know, like I could do a double merger, or I could even like put one of these up there and send it above everything. I might do a double merger. That'd probably be easier. But yeah, then we could get plastic. Then we could get plastic just put the plastic in this main line. All right. Well, let's see if it kind of balances itself out. Because the other thing we got to remember is we are getting plastic from there too. So maybe this will be enough. About 50 here. Yeah, that's not too bad because this isn't using the whole 40. So maybe we are. Right, we're still in the positive. I don't know. I think we're doing okay. Let's see if that extra, what was that? So that's 30 more plastic a minute we're bringing in. You better watch out, little birdie. Yeah, we're keeping up. All right. Okay, so plastic, check. We can kind of monitor that. I know I could do the exact math and all that, but I feel like this is going to get us close. All right, let's go back and see what else we can do here. So now, what was the other thing we were? Oh yeah, the frames. So I guess probably saving the frames for last. That's going to go there. So right now, all the iron stuff that's coming out of there, we're just sinking. So I'm pretty sure we can make ourselves a little bit of a frame outpost there. Let's go over here and check this out. So we should be getting more plastic. And like I said, I know there's... that's using 40. So what did we say we're bringing in over there? Crap. I don't remember now. 20, 40, 60, 80, 130? Is that right? 40... I know we're using plastic on quite a bit of stuff, though. Let's see. Let's do some quick math before we get these frames popping here. Shoot, shoot, shoot. 40. I know there's plastic down here at the end. Yeah. 40, 60, so we're at 100. Yeah, I might go back there and look just to see. What's that? Screws, okay. So what are we at right now? 100? Man. I gotta concentrate a little bit on this. I'm not writing stuff down, so it's hard to. I don't have a very good memory when it comes to this kind of stuff. That's 50, but that's where our computers are running low. 150. Okay, so we're 20, 40. Yeah, so I think we're actually like almost perfectly balanced, right? So it'd be like 152. All right, I'm gonna focus this time. Stop being a bum. Yeah, 60. And 40. Okay, so 150 is about what we're using here. Okay, we already got some coming in already. We're looking pretty good, I think. The other thing I could do. Let me just look. We'll just look here, then we don't gotta go back. This is making it this way. Yeah, it is 20. So 20, 40, 60, 80, and 50. So we're making 130 over there. And we need 150 here. So we could increase it by a little bit, but I'm gonna see how this kind of balances itself out. We're a shade under, but I think it'll be okay. The big thing is just I needed to get to these computers. Man, what would it be? So if we have excess, we are clogging the line up a little bit by having excess, though. If we don't need it, let's let that sit. Let's let that sit. We'll probably check back next episode, see how our plastic is doing. And now what I want to do is our frames. Frames. I want to get some more frames up here. And we don't need a ton. 10 a minute. So I want to ship over. Maybe we'll do 10 a minute. I don't want to create too much excess, right? We're at that point where... Where's my frames here? So we are making 8 a minute, but a little under, because our reinforced plates are a little slow. So I'm thinking if we can ship some frames over here. Right, and if we have a little excess, that's fine. Oh. So let's see if we can get 10 frames a minute set up here. Frame and overflow. Yep, so this is the only place I'm using frames. So it shouldn't be too hard of a setup. All right, let's go ahead over there. Let's see if we can get 10 frames a minute being made over there. That's going to get shipped over here. And I think what I might do, actually, is maybe we should set it up here first. That way when we're over there, we can just, like, hit the ship button. All right, so this will be an outpost shipping. So let's go here. Outpost import. Yes. So what's going to happen is those are going to come through there, right? And these aren't anything. Those are just mergers. And then we're going to have to add our modular frames here. So we're going to want our modular frames sent up into our main line. So let's add that right here. Modular frame, very nice. And then it'll get merged into there. And again, we're not using it there anywhere. So here we have to make sure our right output has the modular frames as well. Oop. And up, there we go. Okay. Oh, man. All right. That's good. So let me just... There we go. So our modular frames will go here, go back into the main line, where they should actually be already set here. Alright. Yes, we are going up and to the right with them. And then again, that puts us, where is it? Back where our frames are going to be going. So, frames there. Any extra will get recycled over here. Excellent. Alright. So that's all set up. Now, let's head over there. And let's go see if we can get a little bit of some frame action being made. Ba-dum. Ah. Doggy still here? We still got one. How are we doing? Oh yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. Got a good feeling about this. All right, we're going over here. Do I have the good ones set up there? Yeah, I do. It's kind of neat from way up here. Okay, so we already have all the iron set up. Right now we're just making stuff and sinking it. So that is A-okay. Now here's what we gotta do. So we need our last thing. Our last item being made is gonna be what? Made on the... No, if I can find the right button. Is it the foundry? Let's see here. We're gonna pick that up, but... So... Wait, nope, it's not that. Oh, the assembler, right? Production... I think it's an assembler thing. We are making... Yeah, there we go. Modular frames. Okay. So modular frames, and then we're going to need iron rods and reinforced plates for that. So let's go over to here. Getting a little dark. I don't have a lot of lighting here, do I? Iron plates. I think I have everything set for iron plates right now. Yeah, I do. Alright. That's cool. So we're going to need iron plates. Oh, is that it? Huh. Interesting. No, reinforced iron plate. I was gonna say it's not iron, regular iron plates. All right, so reinforced iron plate. That'll be another assembler thing. I know these are all backwards, but I'm just trying to get the maths set up. All right, so I need to make plates, screws, and rods. So we need to make basically everything. I think what I'm gonna do, I kind of like the way this is looking, but I'm gonna change this up, I think, so we can get some of our stuff going in here. And then any excess stuff, we'll set up a sink that goes off to the side for our excess. So let me get rid of you, and you, and you. I know it's looking all nice. That's alright. We had it set up to do this. Alright. So we're going to make kind of all of our basics here. And then, what is all this right now? Just sharded? Yeah, I don't think I have anything sluked. Doesn't look like it. Pumping out a lot of stuff. Okay, so iron plates. Should we do plates then? Wait, let's make sure. We should do plates then screws. Need a. Where's that one thing? I don't remember where that is. Flashlight. There we go. All right. Let people see here. Iron plates and rods. Plates and they're reinforced. Yep. So plates and screws. All right. So this should be plates then screws. Let's do screws. We do have that alternate one. I remember seeing a thing somewhere where somebody was like, "Oh man, making the alternate screws is like the most noob thing you can do." I disagree. It's so much easier when you are doing something like this, because then you're keeping like just a straight line of stuff here. All right, so we've got ingots being made into plates and screws. Now this, we're gonna put you right here, and let's give you a little bit of space. I'm gonna put you like in the middle there. Oh, of course you're in the way. All right. That's weird. Well, it's gonna be off-centered no matter what I do, so that's fine. We'll put it there. All right, and take you away. I'm just doing that so the recipe stays in there. So iron plates and screws. It's gonna make us our reinforced stuff. So let's get those humming. All right, how's my power looking? Do I have enough space for everything here? I should. 6. Where was I powering those from before? Or I wasn't. That's right. Okay. Yeah, I need walls. I don't know. I don't know why I don't put up freaking walls when I know I'm gonna want to have them up anyways. Otherwise, then I start doing this, which is like the same thing, but not as good. I know. Calm down. Alright, let me start working again. Okay, so I'm gonna get you going. Very nice. And then you are plates and rods. You're making the plates, so let's. Oh wait, hold on. I have to move it again. All right, let's do. Let's do a little bit of a auto setup here. Oh my god, I hate you. All right. Okay, so get you there. We'll give you some space as well. All right, so then this should be making our frames. We should be good there. All right, now you should be making iron plates, so we should have a straight shot of that into there. And then I need rods, which should be you. And we're gonna do rods. So keep all my hands. And then you. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. That's okay. All right, rods, plates, frames. How fast did we want to make that? It gives us 5. This is one of those where it's like sloop it, or can we do a double? Are we gonna have? I think we will, right? All right, time to do some maths. So this is gonna make us 5 minutes. How much am I making of all this stuff? 50 iron plates. I don't want to get too crazy here. 50 and 125. See if I increase that. Even with all this stuff, it's hard to get. It's hard to get the amount I'm kind of gunning for. 7 and 30. Okay, so we got enough there. All I'm doing is I'm wondering if I can make 15. Well, maybe 7.5. Yeah, that might actually work. Okay. All right, now I got to think about how I'm going to do this. Give me 1 second. I might do this next part off camera. So I'm going to have to move some crap around, and it's going to be one of those where I'm mumbling to myself for like 8 straight minutes. So what I think I'm going to do is try to do a double of these. That should give us 10 of those. And if I increase that, that should be good. The problem is I'm going to have to get... I think I'm going to have 2 of these on plates. It should be fine. It shouldn't be an issue. So, yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna rework this a little bit, and then I'll explain what's going on when we bring everybody back. Oh, man. Here we go. Fun every time. All right, I'm almost done, so I'm going to bring everybody back here. Let's see. I got that on that line. So I'm going to put you there. And this will all make sense in a second. Okay, now I need... This line's going to go bye-bye for a second. All I'm doing is getting everything set up to where it's going to be sent out for shipping. That looks pretty good. I'm just going to add in this line. There we go. And frames being shipped. Okay, here's our Outpost. This is getting shipped to the Outpost import, which is what we covered back at the base. So this now, let's go over what's happening here. And you can tell what I did was I kind of doubled up on a lot of that stuff. So we did have 4 of these. Now we have 6. So the iron's still coming in. I did the math. We're only sucking up 270 iron a minute there. I still have this producing, what is it, 360? Which I could turn that down a little bit, but that's fine. It's fine. I know we're wasting a little bit of juice, but it'll be all right. Just in case I want to change later. So we're taking in the iron. And what I did was I have a iron plate and iron screw section going for the 2 assemblers, and then I added 2 over here to make the rods. Now here's why I did that. So if we go here, I'm going to start from the side and work backwards basically. So we need 7.5 plates per minute and 30 rods. So that's 30, 60. One of these does not produce enough, and I didn't want to use a sloop, so I made 2 of them. So they're both making 30 rods a minute, so that is getting our 60 rods all together over here. And then if we look at the 7.5 on the plates, okay, we are making 7.5 here and 7.5 here, which is being fed into each of those machines, and that's where the iron plates and screws come into play. 45 per minute on the plates, 90 on the screws. We're making 50 and 100 just to have a little excess. And that's pretty much it. Right, so we should be making frames at a decent rate, right? If we look at these, we should be making 10 frames a minute. That's without using our sloops, so that's pretty solid. And then, like we just showed the setup there where we... hold on. There we go. We're just merging these two together to get them into our line of being shipped back to the main city, the main base. But yeah, all right. So that outpost is looking pretty solid. All right, well, let's head back and we'll talk about what we went over. So, actually, maybe I'll just stay right here. So we started off by checking out the... I'm gonna stand. We started off by checking out the... oh man, the factory, the way over there factory with our fuel. Just because I think we're gonna need that in the future. So some of the machines and some of the materials there. So that's up and running. And then we checked on our plastics. We did a lot of stuff over there to make sure our plastics are coming in a little better. And now we are also importing frames, which should get sent up to increase our frame production that we were falling behind on. So a lot done. Kind of a, I don't know what I'm going to call it, like an efficiency day or something. I don't know. We'll see. I have no idea what the thumbnail is going to be. But thank you for joining. If there's anything you'd like to see next, let me know. And yeah, we'll kind of go from there. I'm still working on the phase stuff. We'll probably work on that milestone a little bit, so that could be a next episode. I'm not too sure. We'll see. Maybe I'll finally fix the upstairs of the main plant. But in the meantime, check out the link for the Discord in the description. A lot of fun stuff going over there. Otherwise, with all that being said, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. Go out there and be a good person. It's not that hard, and I will see you on the next one.